For reducing the problems which are arise while doing the design, operation and construction of a reservoir as well as any other hydraulic structure, we have to do the investigation. So here also we are going to study the investigation for a reservoir planning. So for this, we require the three surveys, or we have to do the surveys. So first one is the engineering surveys, which includes area elevation curve, storage elevation curve, map of the area to indicate the land property to be surveyed. See, engineering survey. So basically, in second year of engineering, we had studied the surveying subject. So in this type of a survey, what we had done the block contouring, we had done the profile leveling, we had done the plane table surveying, etc. We had done lots of survey. So what is the purpose for doing this type of a survey? See, if one of the land is having a undulation, having a slope, having a certain steepy area, flat area, so how could we know that this type of a land, or how could we find the reduced level and the elevation, the vertical elevation above the ground surface, or how this surface is going to be undulated, is going to be differentiated, or we can say the slope varies from place to place. Sometimes it consists of a valley, then sometimes it consists of a hill. So while doing the block contouring, we will get the idea about where is the hill, where is the valley, with the reduced level value or with the elevation value. So here also, for the investigation of a reservoir, or while doing the planning of a reservoir, we have to do this engineering survey. So for this area dam site, because we are finalizing the dam site. So for this dam site, if the upstream side of the dam is suited to collect the maximum volume of a water, then and then only we are finalizing this site for the reservoir, so that we can store the maximum volume of a water in this reservoir without any obstruction or without any problem, and then only we are going to we finalizing to construct the hydraulic structure. So here also, for this area at the dam site is surveyed in detail and the contour plan is prepared. So from this plan, the following physical properties are prepared. So area elevation curve, storage elevation curve, then map of the area to indicate the land property to be surveyed, and suitable site selection for the dam. If the site which is selected for the dam as well as for the reservoir, it is suited or not, this engineering survey gives us the final value, or this gives us the green signal for the construction, for the further construction. So here, basically, in your syllabus, they are university focused on the area elevation and storage elevation curve. So what is exactly this type of a curve is? See, after doing the survey of area, we got the contour plan. So basically, the contour plan consists of various or it shows the various water spread area as well as various undulation, various other you can say the various steepy area, flat area, etc. So when we get this typical contour plan of at the reservoir site, we have to hatch the area which shows the water spread area. So through from this area, we have to hatch out the water spread area only. And this area determined this area, the whatever the shape we got after finalizing the or after deciding this is the water spread area is. So after finalizing this area, we have to determine the area or value of this contours by with the help of a planimeter. The so it shows that or it gives us the value of a contour. When the value of a contour increases, its area also increases. So a curve which is shown or which might be find out in the contour plan may be drawn between the elevation and area. So hence the reservoir capacity or the volume of a storage corresponding to a given water level in the reservoir may be calculated. So with the help of this area, with the help of this elevation, we can find out the reservoir capacity or whatever the volume of a storage corresponding to the water level in the reservoir, we can easily find out by using the trapezoidal formula or by using the prismoidal formula. So we have that, we know that formula. If this type of a question is not or up to this question paper or even in a last year's question paper, this question will not be asked or this question is not repeatedly asked in the question university exam. But in case in the next semester or in upcoming exam, if this type of a question will be asked, so the simple thing is just give the idea or just write down about the contour plan and write down about the reservoir capacity determination. So we have a trapezoidal as well as a prismoidal formula. So the volume of a storage corresponding to various water surface elevation may be calculated and the curve may be plotted between the elevation and storage. So once basically we have after doing the block contouring, we have the contour, we have the elevation on which the area on which we are going to survey this or we are going to do this survey. So we have the area, we have the elevation. So basically we have the two type of a curve, that is area versus elevation. That's why this type of a curve is called as a area elevation curve. So through this we get the value of a elevation, we get the value of a contours by measuring with the help of a planimeter. So once the value of a area is known, so we can find out the reservoir capacity or storage capacity of a reservoir by using the trapezoidal or prismoidal formula. So after doing the calculation, we got the storage capacity and we have the elevation also. So again, the curve will be plotted between the elevation and storage. So this type of a curve is called as a storage elevation curve. So this contour plan also indicates the water spread corresponding to the reservoir elevation and enables us to determine the area under submergence and the compensation to be paid to the owners. So this type of curve study, area elevation as well as the storage elevation study, will tells us that where the water spread area is according to the reservoir elevation, and it helps us to determine the area which are going under the submergence or where are the depression, and by constructing and by taking the area of someone's land who is the owner of this land. So we have to pay for him or whatever for them. So basically we got the idea about the area. Hence this is This study is also called as the area elevation curve study and storage elevation curve study. Then we have the second survey is the geological investigation. So in almost all major civil engineering projects, the geological advice is the most essential. So geological investigation costs very little in comparison to the total cost of the project. So in number of cases in recent years, it has amounted to between 1/4 to 1% of the whole cost of the project. Hence, this relatively small amount represents a valuable insurance against expensive difficulties, otherwise unforeseen, which might arise during construction, but which it may be possible to predict from study of a geological factors which are involved. So some detailed geological investigations that are required to get the detailed information about the reservoir is water tightness of reservoir basin, suitability of a foundation for the dam, geological and structural features such as folds, faults, fissures, etc. of the rock basin, then the type and depth of a overburden, then location of permeable and soluble rocks, if any, groundwater conditions in the region, location of quarry sites for materials required for the dam construction, and quantities available from them. See, the geology of the catchment area should also be studied since it affects the proportion of runoff percolation. The special requirement for the geology of a reservoir site is that there should be no danger of serious leakage when the ground is under the pressure from the full head of a water inside the reservoir. The geology of the dam site is important from the point of view of a secure foundation for the dam. Obviously, if we didn't do any survey or any investigation regarding the foundation site of a dam, then it majorly affects because of the water pressure, because on the upstream side there is a major horizontal pressure is the water pressure only, and this water pressure is continuously exerts the pressure on the upstream side of the dam or upstream side of any hydraulic structure. So we have to do the investigation, we have to do the survey regarding the foundation of the dam also. Then the nature of a subsurface geology should be explored by trial bores or various means of a geophysical exploration. So this type of a geological investigation we have. So we have to do this type of a survey so that we come to know that the area which is suitable for the reservoir or for the dam. Next is a hydrological investigation. See, this investigation is a very important aspect because the capacity of the irrigation canals and the installed capacity of the powerhouses will depend upon the available supplies from the reservoir. So the hydrological investigation may be divided into two heads basically. So hydrological means it is related to the runoff and rainfall. So the study of a runoff pattern at the proposed dam site, it should be done before doing or before constructing the reservoir. We have to do the study of a runoff pattern at the proposed dam site as well as to determine the storage capacity corresponding to given demand. Then the determination of a hydrograph of the worst flood to determine the spillway capacity and its design. See, in previous chapter, in chapter number 4, we had study the how to plot the hydrograph when we have the runoff value, or when we want to find out the runoff value, we have the rainfall. Then in which manner or how we are going to plot the hydrograph. We had studied in the chapter number 4. So while investigation or for deciding the final site of a reservoir, we have to do the hydrological survey also, that the rainfall pattern, then the runoff pattern, then we have to study and we have to determine the exactly the storage capacity. The storage capacity tells us the demand of the water also. After storing this much amount of the water, we can successfully diverted this water for the various purposes, for the agricultural purpose, for the hydroelectricity generation purpose, for the domestic purpose, for the industrial purpose. Then we have a navigation. We have a lots of purposes. So we can use this by doing this hydrological survey. I hope you understand this, all the surveys which includes in the investigation of a reservoir planning. Basically, while dealing with the engineering survey, you have to focus on the area elevation curve and storage elevation curve. This is not difficult. Just try to understand by analyzing the contour map only. We got the value of an area, and after getting the value of an area, we can plot the area elevation curve, hence it is called as the area elevation curve. And after that, for finding out the storage capacity, volume of water. So what we had done by using the trapezoidal and prismoidal formula, we can find out the we can find out the storage capacity of this reservoir, so that we can plot the storage versus elevation curve. So this two type of curves might be asked. If this question will be asked, so just you have to write down these points according to the contour map, or by taking the reference of a contour map easily in your own language. So it indicates that the water spread area according to the demand of the water and according to the level of the water which are present in the reservoir, and it enables, or it gives us the idea to determine the area which is under the submergence, and on which area or for which area we have to compensate to the owner. So this type of a survey will tells us, or will give us that this information.